Hey, Michael, it's so nice to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm leading with purpose and building a legacy. How about you?
Doing fine, my man. I love that. Leading with purpose and building legacy. That's a beautiful word, my man. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Thank you so very much for being here. You see, I really appreciate you, my man. And Michael, oftentimes I love to thank my guest for two things. And I do this so often to the point where it has become my anthem. So, firstly, I want to say thank you so very much, Michael, for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you did invest it in yourself. And oftentimes, my man, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. Excuse me. You see, some couple of months back, I was on a particular road, and just by the roadside, Michael, there was this very tall, unattractive mango tree. And I used the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it, and the leaves were all dry. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, Michael, just recently I was on that same road, and this time around, a lot's changed about the mango tree. The mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance, and immediately I got the urge to move so close to it, of which I did, and it wowed me. Because now the mango tree's got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches, and not just mangoes now, Michael, I'm talking about ripe mangoes. It was such a lovely experience that day. I was so excited. Here is my point. The fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing Michael that you are today, that alone has made it really impossible for me to skip you. And that's why you got the request for me to be on the show because I was attracted to the fruit of all that you're doing, your journey, your insights, your philosophies, the impact your work is having, how you're offering your solutions. These stuff are beautiful. And just before I sent you that request, Michael, I said to myself, I've got to benefit from these beautiful things Michael is doing, not only me now, but even with the audience. And here we are today with the amazing Michael. So thank you so very much for doing that yourself. And secondly, thank you for saying yes to the invite. Because if you had said nope, there was nothing Elisha could do about it. Thanks so much, my man.
Most definitely.
Awesome, man. Thank you. So let's get started. You see, I'm quite excited to have you on the show today for two reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to that of a beautiful one, Michael, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, quality information, and not just knowledge now, but the application of it. And you see, Michael, ever since I realized that light in the Hebrew means knowledge and darkness ignorance, I've been so keen to knowledge seeking. Why? Because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the listeners. And the second reason why I'm excited to have the amazing Michael on the show is for the sake of the audience. You see, my man, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got lots of information flying out there. So these folks trust me for quality, eye-opening, and very important information, of which I am totally convinced, Michael, that our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So for that reason, my man, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your
Let's get it
personal,
popping, man. Let's get it
yeah.
started.
Talk to us about your personal or your professional journey, because right now we are so curious. We want to know how Michael got here. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Michael,
All
over to
right.
you.
Yeah, everybody. A lot of times in life we get knocked down, right? How many times have we faced a setback and been like, wow, why am I going through this? Only to realize 2 years later after being knocked down, and now you look up because you can get up, you realize that that obstacle that you faced in life is actually the key to helping you get to that next door. It's helping you to get to your next level in life because now you have new experiences that you can use. So that it's the equivalent of trying to ride a bicycle. You try to ride a bicycle, you get off, you fall down. Guess what? The lesson in that you learn is all about balance. You learn to have balance. So in life, as you're starting to work, you realize you got to balance your life out. You got to spend time at work, spend time with your family, and spend time with yourself. You see, it's all about balance because when you get knocked off balance, you fall down. And that's why I'm here to help leave an impact for people who are burnt out, people who are thinking to themselves, I can't do it. Yes, you can do it. You know why? If you can believe it, you can achieve it. And that's why I got a couple of resources for those who stay to the end.
Awesome, my man. You see, that's a beautiful word. Balance. It's all about balance. I got that. You see, while I was reading a little bit about you, I came across some interesting stuff. I realized that on a particular Friday, you were unemployed, and the next Monday, you became a US diplomat. Can you talk to us about that?
That's right. I was unemployed on a Friday, U.S. diplomat on a Monday. Here's what happened, folks. Imagine this. Imagine you're going to work wearing flip-flops, shorts, and a t-shirt, and you're making good money. Life is good. You start to build a family. Wife is pregnant. And all of a sudden, your supervisor walks up to you and taps you on the shoulder and says, "We got to let you go. We have to let you go." Now, at this point in time, you're thinking to yourself, like, oh, why me? But then you realize something. You realize that the professional development book had told you, Michael, don't get too comfortable where you're at. Listeners, don't get too comfortable where you're at because things change, life changes. A couple months before that moment when I got the tap on the shoulder, I went back and got my master's in accounting. Why? Because I realized technology changes, the world changes. My skills need to change to adapt to new things that are coming that I don't know about. As a result, I went from being unemployed on a Friday, looking for a job, to becoming an accidental U.S. diplomat. Why accidental? Because when you ain't got no job and the bills are coming in, you start applying for any and every job. And it was that master's in accounting that unlocked the door that was once closed to me as a young boy. So this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Keep developing yourself mentally. Continue to gain new skills for tomorrow because you never know how many keys in life that you're going to need to unlock closed doors.
Hmm, profound words. You see, your words are so sagacious. I love that. So what about this one? What occurred in 2009 that changed everything for you and your family?
Yeah, that becoming a U.S. diplomat changed everything because of the fact that I got a chance to see other cultures. I got a chance to spend time with other people. I went from managing myself, being unemployed, to managing $1 million programs on behalf of the U.S. government. I went to the Dominican Republic with my family, lived and worked there. From there, we moved to Zambia, had a great time there, lived and worked there. Then I was in Afghanistan by myself, managing big government projects. I was meeting with government leaders. Imagine that. And then I traveled to the Democratic Republic of Congo, worked there during their political transition, off to South Africa, where, my family and I fell in love with the culture, love the fact that it's very, very developed, it's more developed than what most people would think. That's why a lot of people are traveling to South Africa to go to Cape Town to visit. And then back in the United States of America, you know, look at my career. I've been able to manage high performing leaders. I've been able to coach leaders who are struggling with burnout, which is why I created the Lead with Impact system, because I realized that a lot of times we're getting this book knowledge on leadership and management, or we're promoted because of our technical skills, but there's no system that helps us continue to lead with impact so that we can continue to rise up.
Beautiful, and that's a great one. So I want you to talk more on that, okay? What truly led you to create the Lead with Impact framework? And how does
Yes,
this approach work? How effective is it?
it's very effective. The reason why it's effective is that it is simple to implement. The L stands for listen, E stands for empower, A stands for adapt, and D stands for develop. Let me give you an example. Listen. Imagine this. There's two supervisors, two different divisions. It's Friday. Their employees are going off for the weekend. They're, one is going down to Florida, the other is going down to Texas. Come Monday morning, one supervisor tells this employee, "Hey, I need this report done ASAP." The other supervisor said, "Oh, hey, how was your trip to Texas? Oh, you went to Texas? Okay, what else? Did you get any steak? Did you eat? Oh, yeah, you know what? Had the best T-bone steak ever. Okay, how'd you have it cooked? Oh, I had it cooked medium. Oh, okay, great. By the way, this report came in and they want it done ASAP. Is there an opportunity for you to work on this now? As an employee, which supervisor do you want to work for? The one who listened to your lifestyle,
Yeah,
listen to how
yeah,
you function and operate, the person who showed that empathy, emotional intelligence. You see, they can you can read all this stuff in the books, but emotional intelligence is something that's hard to teach. A lot of people don't know how to implement it. And that's why if supervisor would just pause and listen to what the words are that their employees are using, they'll be more impactful. E stands for empower your employees. But you have to do this one thing because leaders are making this huge mistake. Let me tell you what this huge mistake is that they're empowering the wrong people. Therefore, they're getting bad results. What do I mean by that? If you have an employee that's very motivated on a scale of 1 to 10, they're number 8, but they don't know the organizational policies and procedures because they're new, they're number 2 on that scale. So therefore, they can't implement because they don't know who to talk to. They don't know the format of the report. They don't know what they don't know. So therefore, they're going to fail. Then on the other spectrum, you have an employee who is an 8 in knowledge of the culture. They know everything. They know the policies, but they're a 2 in motivation. You can't give them a task and expect them to go ahead and knock it out because they're not going to be moving fast enough. They're going to be taking their time because they don't see the benefit in that task for them. And that's why when I have more time when I'm teaching in workshops, I help supervisors empower the right people. A stands for adapt to changing environments. Right now, ChatGPT, AI, is helping companies save hundreds of man hours. Therefore, you need to implement that as well. You got a report that needs to be written. You can go ahead and load up prior reports of how you wrote it, and then let that thing spit out the template of what you can use. Now you can go and modify. You don't have to start from scratch. D is develop. What does that mean? Employees are an organization's most valued resource, which means that as a leader, are you a good leader or are you a great leader? How many leaders have you actually developed? That makes you pause and think. You see, the signs of a great leader is how many leaders that they created. And this is why I teach people how to lead with impact. It's easy to implement. I give you resources and examples so that no matter the situation, you can continue to rise.
amazing. I tell you, it's as if you shouldn't stop talking. It's just like I'm in a leadership class right now.
I
Thanks, man.
appreciate that. That's why I said today we're here to leave a legacy.
I tell you, my man. So there's this part I'm curious about, your time as a diplomat in Afghanistan. Can you share what happened during the bomb scare in Afghanistan?
That was a scary moment. Imagine this. You have a meeting and it's not within the compound of 200 heavily armed men carrying machine guns and artillery. The meeting is outside of the compound. You have to drive through the city, through the town in a car to meet with a local government official. That means that any and everybody can see that you're driving around in this car. So as I'm driving, being chauffeured around, I got my vest on and everything, helmet on just in case something happens, somebody tries to shoot us or anything like that. Ready, just in case something's going to happen. But I'm nervous because I don't know what I don't know. As I'm driving down the street, being driven, we pull up to the building. The security detail, they go and they check the perimeter, they check the premise, and then they wave me in, they escort me in with machine guns. We go inside the building, and all of a sudden, 2 minutes later, as I'm sitting down waiting for the person I'm going to speak with to come into the room, I start to hear boom, 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 boom. It was like, okay, this is not right. Like, no, this cannot be my last day.
Sorry.
The security comes rushing in the room, and they're like, okay, we got to get you out of here. We got to get you out of here. Then they realized that the noise they heard was from afar. It wasn't in the near vicinity. But they said, we need to move you to a different room, Michael. So we moved to a different room. Then as we're starting to have the meeting, we hear boom, 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 boom again. Now this time the security is like, no, come, let's go. They sweep me into the car and take me off. The gunfire that was being shot was right outside the building. And here's what was happening. The local Afghanistans was celebrating a victory that the government had just put in. The government had passed a law that they all celebrated. And so it was celebratory fire.
Wow.
But in the midst of that, you don't know which bullet is a friendly
I
bullet
tell you.
or a dangerous bullet.
Oh, boy. Wow. 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 I tell you, that must have been so terrifying. Oh,
It was.
boy. Oh, boy. Well, thank you for sharing that. Okay, so we have two more questions to go. All right. So, for someone listening right now, okay, how can they start rewriting their own story?
Here's the simple tool that you can use to write your own story. Vision plus action equals success. Go to michaeldillard.org and you will see the pattern. Vision plus action equals success. Here's what you have to do. Think of something that you want to achieve. Close your eyes for 30 seconds and think. Now what I want you to do is identify 3 different ways that you can achieve that goal. For some people, for example, say you want to lose weight. Okay, for some people, you can swim, you can ride a bicycle, or you can do sprints in the neighborhood. Those are your options. But choose the one that you feel, the one that you believe in, and implement that. Take that action. And then in due time, success will come. You will lose that weight. If you're looking to get a promotion after you take the Lead with Impact free course, you will get a raise. You'll get a new promotion. But it's all about having a vision, taking one action, and then success will come.
It's all about having a vision, taking one action, then here comes success. I got that. So finally, just one more, all right? So what does going from survival to significance mean to you?
Going from survival is like, reminds me of when I was young. You see, my mom, we grew up in poverty, right? We depended on the mail lady to deliver $200 in food stamps like she was Christmas Santa Claus. That's right. We depended on it like Santa Claus was coming for Christmas, waiting on her to deliver the envelope with $200 in food stamps. We were surviving. We were broke, but still living. But with the help of Upward Bound, they gave me a vision to get a high school education, to become the first person in my family to walk across that stage with that diploma, but to keep going, to get a college education. Because with a college education, you're able to unlock doors. And because of that, I was able to transition my life from survival mode to being a successful family man, success for my family, helping my children to become the best version of themselves. And most importantly, helping others to lead with legacy.
To lead with legacy, I got that. So to bring this to an end, Michael, what would you like to leave the audience with, like a final thought? And to those folks who would like to reach out to you, learn more about everything we've discussed so far up on your programs, how can that be possible?
Yes, for a limited time for your guests, if they go to michaeldillard.org, here's what they're going to get. They're going to get $1,688 worth of free resources for a limited time. It's only for those visionaries, those people who want to take action. Because what you're going to get is you're going to get a cheat sheet on how to avoid the leadership mistakes most people make. You're going to get a cheat sheet on how to avoid financial mistakes that people make. You're going to get a leadership course, and you're going to get a financial literacy course that's going to help you literally save hundreds of thousands of dollars over a lifetime. All you got to do is take one action and go to the website.
Beautiful. That's so generous of you, my man. Thank you so much. So that's going to be the end of the show, Michael. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing this beautiful stuff with us. It means a whole lot, my man. Thank you.
Most deaf.